So I left the NHS after about 20 odd years last January, about 18 months ago, to work fully in the private sector, which I did, and it went very well. I really enjoyed it. And then around about sort of September time, I started to realise I had a full caseload of people just doing one-to-one therapy. And I really wanted to do something a bit broader than that. As clinical psychologists, we're trained in a number of different ways of working, not just face-to-face therapy. And I really wanted to make use of those skills around leadership, organisational working, training others, and developing other people as well, and being part of something that was more of an organisational change. And then, so I wasn't particularly looking for an NHS job. I was just looking around at other things that I could do alongside the individual therapy, which I also really like. And I saw this job that came up that looked really interesting, workforce development lead for psychological professionals in NELFT. I had heard good things about working for NELFT as well, so I decided to apply and was obviously successful. And the reason I wanted to do this role in particular was around, the more I found out about it, that the transformation that's happening within psychological professions sounds really exciting. That to take that step to acknowledge that there's been problems in the past and we want to make things better and we're really open to improving that has really kind of excited me and making me want to be part of something. And I certainly do feel like I've been part of something since joining. When I thought about it, actually coming back into NHS practice, it really kind of fits with my values around supporting the most vulnerable in society to access good quality psychological therapy and to sort of really reach their potential despite whatever challenges that they're experiencing. Initially it was a bit of an adjustment, but it's been surprisingly okay, just with some boundaries. So I know which days are my NHS days, I know which days are my private days. The Trust have been really supportive, they're really kind of welcoming of people doing that kind of almost like a hybrid way of working. And yeah, it hasn't caused any problems at all. It's busy, but I'm getting some really rewarding experiences through doing both. I would say just definitely explore it, and I think we've had, sometimes my impression has been that we've had a kind of sense of you've got to do one or the other. It's really not the case at all. You can get really good experiences through kind of blending the two, working in private sector as well as working in the NHS. And from my personal experience of working with NELFT in particular, I've really found the network of psychological professions, the community that we have, really helpful and rewarding. It's often what you're missing when you're working in private practice. You can feel quite isolated, not always, but it can be an isolating experience, and I've had the opportunity here to work with so many amazing professions and get those different perspectives as well, so people from different professional orientations, from the multidisciplinary side of working, alongside the different psychological perspectives within colleagues, and also the access to those different CPD opportunities that you might not access in the private sector because you'd be kind of focused in one particular area. I would definitely advise people to at least look into it and just see the benefits.